welcome to Orlando Experience. Tonight we're here at Epcot because Festival of the Arts has officially started. It's currently Saturday, so it's the day after it officially started, but figured we'd come and do a quick video over the holiday weekend, kind of just where the food booths are, what the options are. Might try a couple things, but we're not going to do much else with arts tonight other than showing off a few of the booths and stuff like that. I do want to come back at one point and do kind of the scavenger hunt and possibly even the booklet one, but not tonight. Just food booths and kind of giving you a good overview of the event. So come on in and enjoy this night with us. So here's a look at the Festival of the Arts book for 2025. Obviously, you're going to have your menus and everything in here. This is obviously how you're going to figure out kind of where everything is and where certain items is you're wanting. So I would definitely suggest always picking one of these up at the very front. A few things to highlight with this festival. They do have Disney on Broadway concert series. A few different people from, the Broadway shows that are going to be here singing songs. Not really my thing, but if it is, they are here, and you can kind of see the dates here, but I would definitely be double checking when you're actually here to make sure the dates are correct. Then obviously here in the very back of the book, you're going to have again, very similar to what we've had in the past with every other festival, a list where you're going to be getting kind of any one of these items. You can double up if you don't like a certain item on here, or if for some reason you don't like any of these but like one, you could technically get 5 of these and still get the completer treat. We just did this, I'll link it right now. We did it at Christmas time during the holidays, and we got a bag of like gingerbread mix. I don't think I've actually made it yet, but that's what you get. Usually you get kind of a treat at the end, but for that one it was cookies, so I don't think you really want another cookie or treat after eating 5 in a row. Obviously, again, you can do these on different nights. You don't have to just do it on one night, so you could get like one, you could just get the Enchanted Rose, and then you could come back another night and get something else. So it's just kind of up to you if you want to do it all in one night, or if you want to come back and you're local, or even if you're just like here for a couple days, you can do it over a couple days. Our first step tonight is going to be in Communicore Hall. I'm not really sure what is going on in here. I know it's something for Disney on Broadway's anniversary, but we're going to go in and check it out. So it seems like here, unlike the other Communicores that we've dealt with the other festivals, they are just kind of showing almost like a museum type exhibit with some of the different costumes and props and puppets and stuff, all from the different Broadway shows. Then over here towards the middle, they do have a couple different photo ops. You can take pictures. Then on the other side, kind of, more towards the stage, we do have, again, even more costumes. It seems like we even have some miniatures over here of a couple of the different stages. Then over here at the very end, they do have Festival of the Arts merch and a couple of different prints that you can buy just right in here. So if you're looking for the festival merch, I believe it will just be over in Creations too, but this is kind of more of a dedicated shop for it. So just past that, out towards these kind of where the seating areas were. Again, I'm sorry, it's so loud here. They do have a bunch more food art booths here on the right side. So again, if you're looking for all art booths, you're kind of right here next to the Communicore Hall this year. Clearly not quite ready, but because they have things covered up still. But I would say they might have some people out here at some point. They do have one of the art booths over here. If you're looking for all the art booths, they do have one out here in front of the stage. So just past that, out towards these kind of where these seating areas were. Again, I'm sorry, it's so loud here. They do have a bunch more art booths here on the right side. So again, if you're looking for all the art booths, you're gonna find a lot right here next to Community Core Hall this year. Again, I'm so sorry, it's so loud back here. Our first food booth that we're coming from is Opening Bites. That is going to be the one connected to Community Core Hall. This is where the Enchanted Rose. I've heard pretty good things about it. And there's a few other items, so if you're looking for any of these, it's just right here at the front. So I'm all for having live music, but man, I just think they need to turn that stage down just a little bit. It's wow loud, like so loud you can hardly hear the people next to you talking. It's like, it's way too much for that area, especially with all the art booths back there right now. It's just, you need to just turn it down just a little bit and it'll be a little better. We're heading back to the countries now. I'm gonna try to start looking at food booths, obviously, before it gets too dark. They do have a few different, more festival booths here along the main kind of walkway here like they always have. So if you're looking for the art booths, anywhere basically in this park, you're gonna find lots of them. I did see they do have a photo op over here too on the right side. So if you're looking for a photo op, there is two right over here. Also, as you're heading kind of along this straightaway here, you are gonna find some chalk art. And obviously this is all done by artists, usually pretty often. So if you're, again, interested in seeing any of this, just come on over here to the main walkway as you're heading back to the countries. So we're gonna be heading towards the Canada side first. Sue me, I'm a Canada starter. We're gonna take a right here after, again, more art booths. That's the main point of this. And we're actually gonna turn towards kind of the Imagination Pavilion because there is a few booths now in that in-between area. So our first booth back in World Showcase is Deco Delights. It does have a cake, and that's about it other than beverages with alcohol. This is where you're gonna pick up your completer item if you do complete that stamp list on the back of your book. You're just gonna come over here and walk to the very left side towards the window that says Completer Treat Pickup. Okay, so we've come over kind of towards that stage again, if you would come right back from the stage. First booth you're gonna come across is Craftsman Courtyard. A few different, seemingly mainly savory items. They do actually have pictures of this one on the booths. And then after that, we're obviously gonna have the plaza area here. And then just right next to that is gonna be kind of the painting wall. I'll explain a little bit right now. So they've done this for the past few years where they have a giant mural that's painted by everybody. So I don't remember exactly how it works. I don't know if you have to pay for a square, but they basically will give you a square and you will paint that square. As you can see, there's a lot of empty spots still, all where these yellow spots are. And it's almost like a pixel art display where you place your square on that number, and then it will make a big mural that you can see kind of is already close to being done. But that's what this booth is over here. It is obviously closed at this time of night, but this is where you're going to get your distribution for the paint. Next booth, closer to World Showcase and next to the bathrooms. This one right on the left side is Pop Seats. This has been here for a while. They do have tomato soup this year. I believe they've had this in years past. It does come with little like bite-sized grilled cheese too. I think this is a pretty good option if you're looking for a little savory option to eat real quick. So not a festival booth, but over here at World Showcase, they do have a couple items every festival now. They do have a bubble gun soft serve now. It's going to be in a cone. They do have a cone called the Imagination Cone. That's going to be a lavender cone that's going to have white chocolate wings. Ooh, my bad. They also do have a liquid nitrogen mini cake pop that I believe is special to the festival too. I do not usually like bubblegum flavored things, so I will not be getting that. But if you do, I bet that's something a little more unique here at the festival. Then over here at the refreshment port that is basically at the entrance of Canada, you are going to find a Caprese Poutine, and this is where the Artist Palette Jumbo Chocolate Chip Cookie is. That has been, I think, a fan favorite for years now. Usually I feel like it's over in the Odyssey building, but for some reason it's over here. So it's just a big chocolate chip cookie that kind of looks like an artist palette. And that's where you're gonna find it, at the refreshment port. And then just right over here next to the refreshment port is gonna be the Canada booth. A few different items. You're definitely gonna find a lot more savory items at this event compared to especially Festival of the Holidays. It's very treat forward. This feels very much more savory forward, with still plenty of good treats. So there actually isn't really any art booths or food booths in the UK, so you're gonna head past that towards France for your next booth. Here's some images and obviously descriptions of the different items. I'm not gonna try to pronounce any of these, it will go bad. But some of these look new, I could be wrong, but the escargot chocolate definitely looks new to me, but I'm not positive on that one. Next booth up is going to be the booth in between both France and Morocco. It was the Hanukkah booth. It's now going to be a South American booth themed to Encanto right now. They have some artwork out front inside the line and stuff. A few different items here, one sweet and two savory. Do you think the passion fruit filled mango cheesecake does sound very good? I can't remember if I've ever had that before. I feel like I have not. I don't know if it's new. They also are going to have a layered tropical berry smoothie that I could see being very, very good on very hot days. So as you can obviously tell, it's very busy here, so I'm trying my best here, I'm sorry. It is a holiday weekend, so this place is packed to the brim, especially with the festival just now starting. Weekend, lots of locals are out because it's their first chance to see the festival outside of yesterday, and obviously there's a lot of people here for the festivals, but I think the overall vibe of this festival is really good. If you really like artwork, this is going to be a big one for you. There's so much stuff to purchase too. There's prints of all the different arts, and there's also, you can buy like the originals that I think is super cool. And I do believe they allow a service if you do buy an original, it will be sent to the front. We obviously do have some of the normal performers out here too tonight. That's always good to help the crowd. Next up on our list is actually going to be here in Morocco at the Tangerine Cafe. It's a little bit hard to get to, and it's a little off the beaten path. I wouldn't be surprised if some people missed this, but it is in the book, so I'm going to show you the book because the menu's kind of hard to get to right now. A few different items they do have exclusively in here. And obviously some alcoholic beverages at the bottom. And one non-alcoholic too. Our next booth here is going to be right at the front of the Japan. No sweet items here, all savory, but a few different kind of interesting ones. They do have a little bit, a little more basic items with the Wagyu bun, but they do have a sushi donut. So if you like sushi, a little something more interesting for you to try here at the food booth. So we're actually going to have two spots here in the American Pavilion. You're going to first have over here at the funnel cake, you are going to have a special cotton candy funnel cake. Again, cotton candy funnel cakes, or cotton candy anything isn't really my thing, but if it's your thing, you can get one here at the funnel cake booth right at the front of America, coming from Japan. The other booth here in America is going to be our main booth, the artist table. It's going to have a few different items. They do have two savory again and one sweet, with the sweet being the hummingbird cake and the two savory being a double egg trio and a chicken pot pie. And obviously, again, here's the alcoholic beverages for this booth. I would definitely double check to make sure you're seeing the ones you want. But they are, I think almost every single booth has some variation of something. Right across the way from the artist plate, I do want to mention that the Art of Disney does have a lot more stuff during the art festival. I feel like this is one that can just get missed very easily if you don't walk back here. So I just thought I'd mention they have a lot of prints out front for the festival. And then over here in the main plaza area in America at the stage, you are going to find the Disney on Broadway. Tonight is going to be 2, but again, I think there's about, 5 or 6 different groups that are coming throughout the event at different times. So just double check to make sure the one you're wanting to see is on that night. And they do have 3 different show times tonight. It is a Saturday, so that might be more than normal. But I know during the day, during the Festival of Arts, they do have an animation academy, very similar to what they do over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, where they're going to have the animation academy up there too. So they just do that during the day here. I do believe they do some special characters here. And as of right now, it actually doesn't seem like it would be too hard to get in here. It is not too far from showtime, about 15 minutes, and the stadium is not full, and they're just letting people in. So if you're wanting to see this, it doesn't seem like it's like Candlelight where you're gonna have to fight for a spot for hours. This might be more of a, oh, you can just kind of come and watch it at the time. Again, varies on weekends, but considering this is a holiday weekend and this show is not filled up, I would say it's pretty easy to get into. Then at the end of Italy over here, you are going to have another food booth, obviously themed to Italy, with again 2 different kind of savory options, both being kind of cheese forward, but then they do have a cannoli at the end. That is a hazelnut s'more one. That doesn't look too bad. I don't love cannoli, so I don't know if I would like it or not, but I would probably give it a try at some other time. Then I also wanted to mention there is an art booth right across the way on the right that is a little smaller. Just thought I would mention it, just in case you accidentally pass it, especially on busy nights like this, you might pass it. It's right at the end of the shop, at the very right end of the Italy Pavilion. Over here at the end of Germany, you are going to find another booth, obviously being the German booth. You're going to find 2 more savory items, and you're going to find a Black Forest cake over here. Then I've had the Black Forest cake before, I do remember in years past, and I really, really enjoy it. Definitely one I would come back and get again. So if you like Black Forest cakes, you'll really enjoy this one. Kind of in between China and Germany here, you're going to find a lot of art booths. So again, if you're looking for art booths, this is going to be another big spot for you. They do have a festival market with just the merch. They're going to throw that basically everywhere because Figment sells. But you're going to find a lot of different art booths here in this in-between area. So over here at the refreshment outpost, I'm sorry, the lighting is very bad in this park at night. If you've been here, you know what I mean, especially for filming. But they are just going to have the Artist Palette Jumbo Chocolate Chip Cookie. Same thing we saw at the front over there near Canada. Same cookie, just different location. And they're going to have a couple different special beverages. Just thought I'd mention it is over here too. The booth over in China is called the Painted Panda. It does a few different items, again, mainly savory. They got one sweet with the egg tart. That's going to be an egg custard tart. I don't think I've ever had anything from this booth, so I have nothing to really say about it, other than if any of this looks good for you, give it a try, let me know. I will say, out of all the booths, this has some of the more pricier items. $10.75 is a lot for a festival booth, so just keep that in mind. The egg tart's $5.50, so that's not too bad, but just thought I would mention that it is a little bit on the pricier side. They do have a strawberry bubble milk tea. I know those are very popular, so if you're looking for that, it is here too. Our next booth is actually going to be a little bit past Mexico. It is obviously our Mexico booth. It's a little bit out of the pavilion though. It's a few different options again. A little bit more of an expensive option with the carne asada. Not saying it's not worth it, just mentioning that it's a little more expensive. Another good selection of items here. And then they do have, obviously, more beverages with alcohol. The next booth is actually just going to be right behind us, though, before we head over to the Odyssey Pavilion. Our next booth up is Fictional Victuals. That is going to be kind of our last booth on this main strip with the countries and everything. This one's going to be a little bit more of a unique booth with some very unique looking items. They do have 2 sweet options with the black cocoa brownie, and then they do have a butterscotch milkshake that looks very, very good. Probably won't get it tonight, but it does come with a chocolate garnish for $5. That doesn't sound bad at all. Then the black cocoa brownie also comes with ube ice cream. I really like ube. I would give it a try if you never have. It's not that intimidating. It tastes like vanilla. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's really not that bad. And that black cocoa brownie looks pretty good. The Odyssey Pavilion is currently themed to Figment's Inspiration Station. Obviously, gonna have some festival food items in here. Figment's Imagination Lemonade, but apparently you can choose the flavor. I don't really know what that means. I'm assuming it's just some sort of syrup. We have a lot of different alcohols in here. Then the two different snacks are going to be a raspberry pastry chart that is going to be a sugar cookie with raspberry and lemon cream cheese filling. Then they also have the rainbow cake that I remember being pretty popular last year. That's topped with freeze-dried Skittles. I do think they've been doing really good with the Odyssey lately with some really unique looking stuff. I really like the projection mapping they've been doing in here too with the walls. Just kind of adding a little more livelihood to it. They do have a special Figment popcorn bucket. I'm sure it has been everywhere and everyone's seen it. Don't worry, they still have plenty of them if you're looking for them. They do, I believe, require you to mobile order them though. So just mobile order them before you get here. Right now there is no line, so I doubt the mobile ordering really is like a long wait, if there's any wait at all. But just thought I'd mention the Figment popcorn bucket is here at the Odyssey Pavilion. So I did end up getting one treat here from the Odyssey, and it is the raspberry tart. I believe it has lemon cream cheese filling. I'll let you know how it is after. I don't really like eating on a camera, but I'll let you know if it was any good after. I thought the tart was okay. It wasn't great. I thought the actual tart outside wasn't great. It was very Pop-Tart-ish. That's kind of what I expected, but it just didn't taste great. The lemon filling was pretty decent on its own. I just didn't think they were that great together. It was almost too sweet, and you don't hear that from me often because I like sweet things, but I thought it was kind of just eh. So try it if you want to try it, but I wouldn't probably get it again. We're going to be heading to our last booth and then talk about a couple more food items here at Epcot for the festival. And then our very last full booth is going to be the deconstructed dish that is over here next to Test Track. But it's obviously currently closed for remodel right now, but the booth over here, right off to the right side, is still open. It has a few different items. We'll check it out in just a second. I did just want to mention quickly that the refreshment station does seem to be closed. Good spot for seating, but it seems to be very kind of hit or miss when it's open, especially because it's the holiday weekend. Would think it would be open, but I thought that was just a good thing to mention that it's not always open. So they have three different items here. They do have a deconstructed BLT, then a deconstructed key lime pie, and then they also have a deconstructed strawberry mint julep here at the bottom. Thought I'd also mention real quick that there is a great spot for another big art area over here right on the side of Creations on the back side as you're kind of heading towards Test Track. Another massive art area. So again, if you're looking for the art stuff, over here next to Creations is another great spot to see some unique stuff. And one more thing before we head up to wrap up for the night, I just thought I would quickly mention that they do have some festival exclusive offerings, including at Joffrey's they do have a color crazed latte, and it also comes with a donut. That donut seems to be a M&M donut. Then at the Connections Eatery that we're right next to right now, they do have the Figment Ninja Waffle with ube filling. And then they also have the Imagination Lemonade that is going to be lemonade topped with a butterfly pea, tea, and lavender. Non-alcoholic, but thought I'd also mention that there are those two things here at Epcot for the festival. Alrighty, well there's our first look at Festival of the Arts 2025. Overall, I do like this event. I would say it's probably the lowest though for me for Epcot events. That's not saying it's bad, and I know everybody has different opinions, but for food and in general atmosphere, I don't love this one. You know, I do think some of the food items are fantastic. I do think seeing the art is fun. It's just not really for me. But let me know what you think about the event. We'll definitely be back I'd love to do the scavenger hunt this time around, and we'll also probably end up doing the book at some point where I'll eat all the treats and items in one day, and then we'll get whatever the completion is. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope this video brought a little more joy into your day, and we'll see you guys next time.